Hey friends, welcome. Google's Pixel 9 Pro Fold is here to take over from the original Pixel Fold, and surprise, surprise, it's a really good foldable. But is it better than one of our favorite foldables from last year, the OnePlus Open? We were impressed with OnePlus' previous attempt at a competitive foldable phone, but it is a little older now. Does it stand a chance against the newer Google foldable phone? The new phone boasts several advantages right out of the box, including a larger screen, a promising camera system, and a much more sophisticated suite of AI functions. Should you upgrade from the OnePlus Open or not? So let's start with the design and size. The new Pixel 9 Pro Fold is a huge foldable, wider than the OnePlus Open and heavier as well. The new device is somewhat more rectangular in shape and wider when folded. Google utilized regular aluminum rather than titanium here. Thanks to a completely rebuilt rear camera island, the back has undergone a significant visual makeover. Once more, it's a pop-out camera island, which means that its two rows of cameras protrude obtrusively from the glass rear. The Pixel 9 Pro Fold feels good in the hand and is a pleasant improvement over the Pixel Fold, which is why we enjoy the phone's design. On the other hand, the OnePlus Open is an incredibly light foldable phone, weighing only 239 grams altogether, or 245 grams, depending on the color variation you choose. The interior of the foldable likewise uses a primarily square aspect ratio, but the cover screen also achieves the ideal ratio between usability with one hand and size. The display crease, which is the main issue with all foldable phones, is one item that needs to be addressed. Fear it, flee from it, the crease will still appear. However, the OnePlus Open is the closest thing we've seen to a wrinkle-free device, with a crease that is almost invisible. However, the Pixel 9 Pro Fold isn't all that far off either, which makes the crease tolerable, which is undoubtedly fantastic to see. Because the OnePlus Open has an IPX4 rating, it is waterproof but not dust-resistant. We hope Google does something similar with the Pixel 9 Pro Fold, since the latest Galaxy Z Fold 6 is resistant to dust larger than 1 mm. And now after that we will talk about the display differences. The Pixel 9 Pro Fold features an 8-inch internal and 6.3-inch exterior screen. Both displays are OLED, with dynamic refresh rates ranging from 1 to 120 Hz on the inner panel and 60 to 120 Hz on the outside one. Both panels have the same peak brightness of 2700 nits, which increases potential legibility. The OnePlus Open has a slightly smaller interior OLED display, measuring 7.83 inches, while the external display is likewise 6.3 inches. Both screens are LTPO 3.0, which implies that the dynamic refresh rate varies from 1 to 120 Hz, 10 to 120 Hz for the cover screen, depending on the situation. A hardware capacitive fingerprint reader is incorporated directly into the OnePlus Open's power button on the side, therefore there is no in-display fingerprint scanner. This also applies to the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. We're pleased that you obtain quick and accurate readings. How do these two compare in terms of screen characteristics? Phone Arena tested either of these two devices against Phone Arena in-house display benchmarks, and the results were evident. The Pixel 9 Pro Fold's main screen outperforms the OnePlus Open in most important ways, including having a greater maximum and lower minimum brightness. It's also more color accurate right out of the box, whereas the OnePlus Open's colors are marginally more vibrant but fall short of the ideal. Next we will talk about performance and software. The Pixel 9 Pro Fold features the Tensor G4 chipset, which is built on a 4nm manufacturing process and focuses on on-device AI and ML. The Tensor G4 represents a significant improvement in performance and efficiency over the Pixel Fold, which arrived with the Tensor G2. The OnePlus Open, on the other hand, was equipped with the outdated Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 CPU, which is no longer the top option in Qualcomm's lineup. However, it is a rather powerful chipset capable of providing exceptional performance for the majority of workloads. According to Phone Arena benchmark testing, the Pixel 9 Pro Fold outperforms the OnePlus Open in a single performance test, the single-core Geekbench 6. The OnePlus Open wins the multi-core test and has greater graphics performance, as shown in the 3D Mark testing. So, ultimately, the OnePlus Open has the tiny advantage in terms of raw performance. However, when it comes to AI, the Pixel 9 Pro Fold has an advantage because the entire user experience on this phone is designed with AI in mind. Both phones have 16 GB of RAM, which is a reasonable amount of memory for any normal flagship these days. The Pixel 9 Pro Fold offers greater storage options. It comes in 256GB and 512GB varieties, whilst the OnePlus Open is only available in 512GB. The Pixel 9 Pro Fold is expected to receive Android 15 soon, while the OnePlus Open is presently running Android 14, but will receive Android 15 in the future. Google's Foldable will also be supported until 2031, with key Android updates, security fixes, and feature updates. The OnePlus Open will receive 4 years of software support, until 2027. And now we will talk about the camera. The Pixel 9 Pro Fold features a 48-megapixel main camera, a 10.5-megapixel telephoto with a good 5x optical zoom, and a 10.5-megapixel ultra-wide, as well as dual 10-megapixel selfie cameras on the inside and outside of the phone. A decent hardware layout. After all, it's a foldable phone, and those rarely feature the greatest cameras available. Last year's Pixel Fold included a 48-megapixel main camera, an 8.8-megapixel ultra-wide, a 10.8-megapixel telephoto camera with 5x optical zoom, and 2 selfie cameras, a 9.5-megapixel external and an 8-megapixel internal. Meanwhile, the OnePlus Open boasted an impressive camera setup. The phone's camera setup had a 48-megapixel primary, 48-megapixel ultra-wide, and 64-megapixel 3x telephoto, 6x in-sensor zoom, 120x maximum zoom. The stacking sensor for the main camera is noteworthy. It is one of Sony's latest LYTIA sensors, namely the LYTIA T808, and it provides excellent low-light image quality and dynamics. How does it all translate in terms of raw image quality? The main cameras are both quite good. The biggest changes are in the dynamics and color reproduction of the photographs. The colors on the Pixel 9 Pro Fold are slightly more magenta, whilst those on the OnePlus are significantly cooler and more brilliant. The details are excellent on both, although the OnePlus Open has some small over-sharpening, which is not too horrible but noticeable. Now, when the lights go out, the two phones have different ideas on how to handle low-light shots. The OnePlus Open provides a proper low-light experience by not attempting to make the dusk landscape appear like daylight. That's exactly what the Pixel 9 Pro Fold does. The image is better illuminated, with more detail visible in the scene's dark parts, but there's no sense of low-light photography. Both phones have great zoom quality, but the Pixel 9 Pro Fold performs better at 5x, its inherent telephoto length, whilst the OnePlus Open performs better at 3x native zoom. Interestingly, the shot taken with the OnePlus Open at 10x is more colorful, detailed, and well exposed, whereas the Pixel 9 Pro Fold photo is just average. The OnePlus Open has it all, including ultra-wide cameras. It does not provide as good dynamics as the Pixel gadget, a bit less information in the shadows, but it just makes colors jump and stand out, which is often all that is required to make an otherwise boring image look captivating. At low light, it's tough not to admire OnePlus camera processing methodology. Sure, the Pixel 9 Pro Fold will produce a photo with higher exposure and possibly better dynamics, but the OnePlus Open has successfully captured the essence of a nocturnal shot, the entire vibe, and 9 yards of it. The Pixel 9 Pro Fold produces better selfies, with more definition, better exposure, and more pleasing hues. Next, let's talk about battery life and charging. The OnePlus Open has a 4,806 mAh battery on board, which provides decent durability. Interestingly, the OnePlus Open and the original Pixel Fold were mostly deadlocked in Phone Arena bespoke battery tests, with the exception of Phone Arena 3D gaming test, where the OnePlus Open took a significant advantage. The situation is slightly different this time. On the other hand, the Pixel 9 Pro Fold has a massive 4,650 mAh battery, which does not inspire confidence given that the previous Pixel Fold had a larger 4,821 mAh battery and had mainly adequate battery life. Fortunately, those concerns are swiftly alleviated because to the updated device's much improved battery life. Here's how it compares to the OnePlus Open. In the Phone Arena custom web surfing test, which simulates a web browsing workflow, the Pixel 9 Pro Fold outperforms the OnePlus Open by several hours, which is encouraging to see. However, in the unique Phone Arena video streaming test, the Pixel 9 Pro Fold performs poorly and is clearly outperformed by its opponent. Finally, in the Phone Arena 3D gaming test at 60 Hz, the Pixel 9 Pro Fold narrowly wins. Overall, we're pleased with how Google's new foldable has performed in Phone Arena battery testing. Just keep this in mind if you watch a lot of video on your phone. In terms of charging, there is no competition. The OnePlus Open includes rapid 67-watt wired charging, which charges it completely in 43 minutes. Despite the lack of wireless charging, the OnePlus Open came with a 67-watt charger, which was fantastic. The Pixel 9 Pro Fold, on the other hand, supports 21-watt wired and 7.5-watt wireless charging. It takes 100 minutes to fully charge, which is nearly twice as long as the Pixel. And finally, now we will talk about the summary. So, while Google and OnePlus have made progress in the foldable industry, both of their first-generation phones have space for development in a variety of areas. Google appears to have delivered in terms of enhancements, making the overall concept of its foldable much more appealing. It's one of the decent foldables available right now, but it's not worth upgrading if you already own a OnePlus Open. Sure, there's a little larger and brighter screen, longer battery life, and more AI capabilities to play with, but OnePlus did an excellent job with its first foldable, the consequences of which can still be felt today. Appreciate you watching. Let us know in the comments which foldable you prefer, the new Pixel 9 Pro Fold or the OnePlus Open. Stay tuned for more in-depth reviews and tech insights. See you in the next one.